I don't like you. Like, I'm trying to do a thing. I'm trying to be nice. Not really. But it's episode 140 of the Be Nerdy podcast. Welcome to the podcast that you know, love, and always want to get more of. That being said, no. That being said, this is our first that podcast that we're going to do live or on Instagram Live and TikTok Live. So, Diva, be sure to try and join in and not ruin it for everybody. But I'm your host, Galaxy Greg. I'm your host, Galaxy Greg, a.k.a. Mr. Space Awaits, a.k.a. the OG Galaxy, a.k.a. the Hentai Honcho. And with me today is my co-host, Diva XOXO.
What it is, little dummies, it's your girl, Diva XOXO, a.k.a. the Sophista Ratchet, a.k.a. the unofficial Disney princess. I got that right, yeah. A.k.a. the HNIC, the head nerd in charge, a.k.a. the girl's guy, a.k.a. the lunar general. Boom.
Wow, you got that last one wrong.
What?
See what happens when you try and take things that belong to me? It's Gooner Gang General, not Gooner General.
You're right.
Yeah. So my other co-host, HD TV.
Well,
HD TV, aka they say the anime aficionado, but I don't know about all that. But I'm definitely Mr. Antisocial.
And then we got our guest today, Mr. D.R. Marshall. Returning.
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for having me back. It's D.R. Marshall, author of your new favorite manga, Infinity Star. What's going on?
All right, and with that being said, let's get into the pod. So this week is our first week back from DreamCon, right? It's been about a week. So DreamCon happened not this past weekend, but bam, the week before that. So this is our first pod back since DreamCon because we didn't pod that week. And this episode is specifically about that, where we talk about the experience, the fun, the vibes, the panels, the events, all of it. Anybody like? How was just an overarching thing? Would y'all give DreamCon out of 10 for real? Like real quick.
In comparison to like last year or just in general?
General.
I'll give it like a solid like 8.5.
Yeah. Okay. Me this year, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a smooth 9. There's some people I wanted to see in the meet and I didn't get to. But like there's some people I got to meet and I didn't think I was going to, you feel me? So I'm gonna give it a 9.
Respectfully, I would say a 9 too, just because I didn't do a lot of the things I wanted to do. I didn't hit all the panels I wanted to be in, and there was some people that I didn't bump into. But the people I said I'm gonna find, I found all of them, and so I gotta give it a 9. The interactions with folks, the content, the vibes, the new scene. Every night I was not in the house until like 4 a.m. It was
at fucking all, bro.
Period.
Diva?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I know I'm the lowest score, and I'll give it a multiplier. So an 8 with a multiplier because I don't like cons. So
I gotta come at that. You keep saying you don't like cons, but you be the one having one of the most fun. I don't like that. I think you don't like the concept or going to panels. I don't even fucking go to panels like that.
I like panels.
But you always be like, I'm not having fun, and be having the most fun.
I be fooling y'all. I be faking.
This is the third year you're like, I'm not having fun. And then you out. All right, so what we about to eat? The food good. Where we about to party? And I'm like, yo, you pretty active and like having fun for a nigga that don't like to be here.
Because I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun no matter where I go. And one thing about DreamCon in comparison to other cons, the vibes are always there. It's always vibing. It's always vibey. So like, even if I don't enjoy like the atmosphere of cons, like the idea of cons, I know I'm gonna at least have a good time at DreamCon.
For sure.
You was waiting to hit that. I know you was.
But it's not because of what y'all think. It's not because of her statement. It's the fact that she didn't cut out once.
I know, right? I don't know if y'all noticed, but episode 140, we built different. We back on our bullshit because apparently Diva just decided to get a new mic. You can hear it's not. It's just clear. It's amazing.
138 go crazy. Y'all ain't hear a word I said. It was like, you'd have thought it was our first pod. You'd have thought it was my first podcast. That's how bad my mic was.
We're on 41, by the way.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Where are you getting these numbers?
Death Note don't lie.
My Death Note says 40.
Y'all see whatchamacallit wrote his name in the Death Note? Mark.
Who?
Mark wrote his name in a Death Note. And he's like, this is more
Oh.
official. This is Death Note. You're going to die. And then the stream cut off. Oh, it was so
Somebody check
funny.
up on him.
Nah, he good. He's fine. Just put him in some rice. He'll be all right. That being said, what was your favorite part of DreamCon so far? I know we had a pre-DreamCon pod where we were saying what we were expecting, what we were looking forward to, but like, what is your favorite part this year? Roundtable, let's say that. DR, you're the guest. You obviously got the first take. What was your favorite part, man?
So I think my favorite part was wasn't an actual thing. It was more of there was a moment of realization that I kind of had. So this DreamCon I kind of went with not just my wife, but I had my daughter and my little brother come with us.
Mm.
And while she was more so chaperoning them, I found myself kind of navigating Dolo this DreamCon for a good chunk of it. But like in a good way though, because it kind of made me realize, just how important it is that I make these moves being kind of a solo act. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Right.
So
right.
just that realization of like me being comfortable with kind of moving around and doing all the promoting and you know what I'm saying, just doing everything by myself. It was a really cool and warm revelation that I had, and I think that was kind of my favorite part. Like I feel like that was like the mental level up I needed, you know what I'm saying, to go to the next stage.
Right. No, I feel that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Heed, how you feeling? What was you feeling about it?
If I had to say something that was my favorite, it was the fact that I convinced one of my frat brothers to come. Like I was just talking to him when he was in Dallas one day, and I was telling him like, yeah, I'm gonna hit up this convention, DreamCon. He's like, ooh, that sounds interesting, and he committed and went. And I tell you, every single day. First of all, the man finessed his way in for most of the days.
Facts.
He just knows everything.
He's
He
just like
knows
that.
everyone.
He was just
Yeah.
like that all weekend, bruh.
Like he
Like he
more
found
than
himself in the YouTube lounge. He found himself backstage. He had an exhibitor's badge. He had a content creator's badge. He just had everything. And I'm like, where do you get these? He's like, I got friends. But
Fair.
but really it was the fact that he's every single day he was like he's having so much fun and he enjoyed it. Like he does not watch any anime, none of that. He just was there for vibes and fun, and he had so much fun. I think he said he loved the Disney sing-along one or something like that happened.
everybody loves that one.
And for anybody in YouTube chat right now, I cannot see the YouTube chat. I didn't even know I was streaming on YouTube, but I am apparently as well. But no clue where that's at. So, but just so y'all know where we're streaming at, we're streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. All of my personals because I didn't have the access to the podcast one. Diva, can you please request to join the Instagram live from the podcast? Sorry, had to get that note out there because yeah. But shout out to Twan for, blowing up the the YouTube chat, bro. I appreciate you. Oh man. Appreciate it. But sorry about that.
It won't let me
Man.
go.
You have to request, don't you? I don't know. We'll figure it out. First time for everything, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
The
you-
one of the
your
best. One of the best parts for me was definitely just meeting people. I always love meeting people. I've come to learn that.
Right.
And it was always dope just seeing how many people, like I'm in a bunch of Discord chats now. I met all of them. I got to party with them. I met creators I've never met before. I met your homeboy. He was lit too. Shout out to the Anime Chop Shop, the up and coming podcast.
Right.
But yeah, like I met tons of people, man. It's the best part, just getting to talk to so many heads. This year, the past 2 years, me and Heed were a team. Heed was kind of riding Dolo this year, just out
Anyway.
here.
I truly just couldn't find y'all, and I gave up like many
There was a
times.
whole day I didn't see Heat at all. Like he came back to the Airbnb and I was like, I felt like a mom. I was like, let me see you. Costume. I haven't seen you all day.
I think I saw Heed once a day, usually, but like for the most part, I'd see him. He'd go to do something, wouldn't see him the rest of the day. And like the last day, I hope he'd find like someone he was looking for. And I was telling them, like, I'm like a bloodhound dog. If you saw me a face and give me a description, I'm gonna find them. Why are there so many flying ants? It's hot. I hate flying ants so much. I killed 4 since we started.
Okay,
Yikes.
Ant-Man.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yours, Diva.
My favorite part was the parties. The parties was lit this year. Last year I was like disappointed with the parties. In the year before, it's not that I was disappointed It was like we made it fun ourselves. It was one of those type of deals. But like the parties were popping this year, and we didn't all go to the same parties this year, and like everybody had a good time at their respective parties. I had a great time. Like Saturday, I was like partying with Roxy Hayes. She is so much fun. She's hilarious. Like not like even when she's not putting on to be like when because like I saw her at a comedy show too, but like she was just in the party and she was funny and fun. Um so my favorite this year is the parties, especially because I don't party like I used to no more. My knees
I
are
can't wait until
bad.
the land parties videos come out because you gonna see her partying like she used to. Lying
Yep.
ass.
You gonna think I'm young because I was turned in them parties. You'd have thought like, and you gonna be able to find me because the hair was pinking, so it's not gonna be hard to
Back
find
in
me.
their 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Back in my 30s, I'm still in my 30s.
Sure you are, old
Oh.
woman. Sure you
All
are.
right.
But you know, the parties were definitely lit this year. I tried to hit you, Dr. I was like, "Yo, you going to this one?" When I started hitting people for parties, people just started disappearing. I was like, "Damn."
Yo, yeah, man, and cause I remember you had hit me, and I told you I had to connect with homie that works. He works one of the land parties, but the one that he was working that night was the opposite one that you was trying to go to.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But and then whenever he told me, he also told me he was like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna find out about getting some VIP passes for or like the process for that." And then bro just didn't hit me back for the rest of the day. And that's when I had let you know, like, yeah, bro, it's just dead.
It's all
But he didn't hit me
gravy.
back afterwards, apologizing, like, yo, bro, so I just got dumb swamped. Cause he was also running the booth they had downstairs. So
It's all gravy. I mean, like, from what I was hearing, the 90s and 2000s party was kind of like, it wasn't it. Was you there?
nah.
Yeah, like I know a couple people that were like, "Nah, I went and it was kind of cool," but like, I use logic when picking these parties. Like, look, there's a 92,000s and then there's Houston versus New York. I was like, 90s and 2000s a very specific sect of music. Period. Point blank.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, for real, you got 20 years worth of music and that's great, but if I got two styles of DJs going against each other, I have
Mhm.
so much more to work with. You feel me? I was like, nah,
The
it's
Mhm.
other
gotta be
thing
that. It's gotta be
about
that one.
the other thing about shit, what's happening? Okay, sorry, something was happening like in my computer. Also, the other thing about going to the Houston versus New York. So like, I'm from Baltimore. We from Baltimore. Well,
Right.
me.
I'm not.
You from Maryland? You
But
from the DMV?
you from the DMV. But I'm more likely to hear like at least Jersey club music if I go to that party so that I
Mm.
can rock off a little bit than
Right.
I am if I go to like a generic 90s 2000. And then like I went to Howard, as we all know. We have a party called Houston Atlanta Vegas. So like
Mm.
oh no, I'm sorry, it's called Latex and it's the Louisiana Texas party. And they have a Houston Atlanta Vegas party, but it's Latex is like the group that put it on, so it's the Louisiana and Texas club. So I'm used to like that kind of music as a party. So I was like, oh yeah, I gotta be in there. I'm about to bounce. I'm about to throw. I'm about to throw this ass in a circle, and I'm gonna have a good time.
Oh
And I did
man.
that.
I mean, at the end of the day, we had a great time. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But getting up the next morning every time was always a challenge. Like my feet was hurting. I was sore. I think one night came in at like 4 a.m. Just walked in the crib. I was like, yeah, I got hot pot. I'm like, nigga, what? You got hot pot and didn't invite nobody? Crazy.
Chris got seafood boil. Like me and Greg came back from the party. My fiance is eating a seafood boil. Like just
Where?
in the I don't know where it
There was in
on
the kitchen eating the seafood boil. I'm
eating
like,
the
yo,
seafood
you ain't hit
boil.
no one up about seafood boil? She's like, y'all was
It
at
was
a
like,
party. I didn't
oh,
think you wanted
y'all
none.
was-
Y'all didn't hit me up about IHOP. I was like, pause. It was 4
was
in the
mad about
morning.
Waffle
You were
House. It was mad
asleep.
about Waffle
Oh, my
House. It
bad.
was mad about
Waffle House,
Waffle
not
House.
IHOP. Waffle
Yeah.
House. I'm like, it was 4 in the morning, bro. You sleep. Like, we're not waking you up to ask, yo, you want some pancakes? And then go back to sleep. No, like, we got it because we out and we gonna eat this and pass the fuck out. Ooh, drop the bottle. So, like, I'm out, I'm partying, I'm sweating, I'm kind of hungry. We all come back to the crib a little hungry and just see you eating the seafood boil? Disrespectful.
We did have pizza though.
Luckily,
We had
if I didn't have that pizza, I might have crashed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
Mm.
So y'all day was like more like night orientated? Like y'all stayed out late and then probably started. When was y'all starting y'all days?
Oh, it's a great question.
No.
Yeah, we was, on average we would start at
Ish.
around 12 for real, because most of the events don't start until like
The
1,
panels don't
2.
start till, like, 12.
Yeah, like 1,
All right.
2. Some of them 3. So it's like my day is structured off of that. If I get there at 12, I could set up some interviews. Try and find some people who are just there early,
All right.
which I usually did. Like if I got there at 12, I could find 1 or 2 popular people and just like talk to them. If I go in the dealer's room, in the game room, or whatever, and just walk around. That was my goal. Like, all right, get there at 12, walk around for like the first 2-3 hours, and then either D was with me or I'd break off and go by myself and just find people and things to do. I was going to panels, but I didn't go to that many. I think I went to like 6 total over the 3 days. So that's like, what, 2 a day? And like 2 of them was you and Raps or Petties. I like went there, left his, went right to yours. Like I went to a few other ones that day, but like most of them I didn't go to. Just because it was like, I'm trying to meet people, I'm trying to talk to people, I'm trying to see shit. You feel me? So,
Right.
yeah. But on average, the day was starting at 12.
I mean, for me, that was just my fault.
No, go ahead, Jonesy. I asked y'all.
For me, the only reason I was starting that late was because of the whole bathroom situation. I wasn't trying to wake nobody up to like go in the bathroom and do all that. So I was just like, I'm gonna just chill, wait for everybody else to get up, and just. Cause when I'm on a trip, like I don't sleep. Like I'll just be up. Like we just gonna run through this. I sleep on the flight back, the ride back, something. But we gonna power through it, be done with it.
Right.
Nah, he'd be up every night. And then whenever someone wake up, don't matter what time he went to sleep, he was just like, all right, time to get started. I'm like, damn, soldier. I like that.
Yeah. The what was that? Saturday? I didn't know we was supposed to be up. Greg came in the room, was like, yeah, we hitting out. And I was like, y'all hitting out? I'm not even up yet.
I was leaving at 11:30. They were knocked out. Chris jumped out the bed. What time is it? Chris, you didn't even party last night. Why are you confused?
Didn't even go out. I was like, all right, we getting up now. We be over there in like an hour. Because I had to put the kimono on. So I was like, it's going to take me a minute to do that. But like, I'm going to be there. I'm coming.
That wasn't the kimono. That was your Fire Force day.
No,
You mean day
Fire
one?
Force Day was Friday.
No, because Friday and a Saturday. No, that was your other day. You didn't wear the kimono on that day. Did you?
I wore my kimono Saturday. I wore Fire Force on Friday because I had to wear.
And you
my
wore the
Fire
Beamer
Force
Nerdy shirt.
outfit
You right. You got me.
on the plane.
I'm a grown ass man. I can admit when I'm wrong. Fuck you. But my point is like, but yeah, no, because that one was funny because Diva woke up confused. That makes sense. Chris woke up. What time is it? I'm like, fuck you mean what time is it? You came back and went to sleep at 9 p.m.
Chris didn't go to DR's panel. They came back and went to sleep, like from DR's panel till the next day when we woke them up.
So they slept from 7:30 p.m. till 11 a.m.
Yes.
And that's valid reason to be confused. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not gonna lie. You should wake up fused to the mat. You know how like you wake up and you got the lines on your face? No, you should be fused to that bitch with that kind of sleep.
Yeah, but
like 14 hours.
Yeah,
right.
Time. Okay, so what were y'all disappointed about or didn't like about DreamCon this year?
I wanted to hear what DR was gonna say.
Damn,
my
yeah,
bad.
just cut the man off. Why don't you?
That's my bad. That's my
No,
bad.
I was just gonna say I think my circadian rhythm was just like kind of on the opposite spectrum from y'all. Like I was super early bird, you know what I'm saying, and I also kind of turned in a little on the early side. Even though I went out every single night, so I guess I didn't go out. I mean, I'm just not hitting no 4 in the morning like y'all was. You know what I mean? So
Out.
like that's crazy. But like I mean, like Friday, I'm at the convention at 6 in the morning, like walking through the venue and whatnot. Like that's how early I was moving around.
Damn,
That's what I need to do. That's what I needed to do because that would have been a better time to get interviews and stuff.
6 a.m. Ain't nobody up at 6 a.m. Big dog.
Anybody in there, they want to talk.
Yeah, everybody that was in there, it was all the people that had like major stuff going on. People that was in there setting up their meet and greet areas. So like that's where I was able to kind of like meet. Like I had a real in-depth conversation with the Carl Jones. Right when I joined the Discord call, y'all was talking about Cleo Thomas. I actually have like really good rapport with like not just Cleo Thomas, but like his like all of 4 controller. And so there was like a good moment in time where I'm locked in with his brother, and like So yeah, when you get there that early, you just kind of get the opportunity to get probably the most like potent of the crowd. You know what I mean?
Don't test me. I'll go there early in the morning, come back, take a nap, come back at 12. You feel me? Like,
He
Right.
dropping gems. He dropping gems.
facts.
Another good thing about that too, not to hang on that point for too much longer, but like another good reason why it's good to be out there early is because during the con, a lot of people that you're going to care to meet, their social battery is going to be lower and lower and lower. So you're going to be one of the people that's like getting to them first, where you could really like lock in. You know what I mean, and get some tea off of them and everything.
So that's a hit because like I said, I got there later. I always would get there like around 12 and 1. So by the time
Right.
I would run into people, it would be like 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Social battery dead. I had these cute little goodie bags that had nothing but sugar in them. And every time I
Everybody
gave it
was
to
so
somebody,
happy
they
about
was
that.
like, thank you so much. I'm starving. My sugar low. And I'm like, well, you're welcome. I just wanted to give you a goodie bag because I like your
Everybody
content.
we gave it was like, ooh, candy. Or like, oh my God, I needed it. Like Sunday when we was giving them out, like people were like, thank you. I'm dying.
How'd y'all get in there with that?
You just
Well,
carry it in
they
a
really
backpack.
Check your
Yeah.
bags.
They
Yeah,
they wasn't. Yo, okay, because I remember a homie of mine, he had this whole thing that he wanted to do that had to do with like handing out sweets, kind of like that. And but when we read like the FAQ or whatever the rules of DreamCon, it was like no food or outside food or beverage. So
Sorry if y'all
Saturday,
ever.
I brought-
Hey, DreamCon Squad, if y'all ever listen to this, sorry about that. But like, we it was just in like tiny little bags, and like we had other stuff. Like I had shirts I was giving out. I had other gifts and stuff. So like it just was in the mix. It didn't look like a weapon, and I don't really go through metal
For sure.
detectors, so like they didn't really check my
Right.
shit for real.
Yeah, no, when I'm thinking about going through the security line, I don't recall any moment in time where they was like, "Nigga, is that candy?" You know, or anything. Like
There was like that for water. Someone's like, no, you gotta throw that water out. I'm like, I'm thirsty, nigga. Shit.
Like,
Saturday, I bought all of these little water bottles. She took like 3, 4 of them, and I put them in my bag. And when I came through security, he just like put the stick in there and was like,
yeah, and they were like in goodie bags. You remember those like little kitty goodie bags you get like when you go to parties? It was like in those, so you couldn't really see what was in it. And it was other stuff in there. It was like a keychain, a sticker, and then it wasn't big candy. It was like airheads, ring pops, blow pops, like stuff like that.
y'all was giving out keychains.
Not the Be Minority ones. I'm still waiting on those.
Not the, not be one of those.
I was about to say.
He's gonna be mad. He's gonna get us.
"They took
I
my whole
got
flow."
one of these. I got one of these, and I'm
Yeah.
geeking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, the keychain.
So you were supposed to get a goodie bag, but I lost them at Rab's panel because that's the bag that had your mics in them.
She lost so much shit, dog.
Oh.
I was fumbling through this. You'd have not thought I was a professional. I fumbled through.
I still don't think you're a professional.
I had
You
some
have yet to
candy that
convince
was
me.
meant for me, and it ain't never come.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. That's my bad. I
don't care
thought my
about the mic.
fiance took the bag, and come to find out, they thought I took the bag.
Man.
So the bag.
Just a
got
pair of
left.
jackasses, huh?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
That's why we're together.
Oh, that's a terrible combination. What the fuck? You know, I know 2 negatives make a positive, but 2 dumbasses don't make a smart nigga.
You don't know until you really see it.
Right, we don't know till we try.
Yeah, I
Right.
felt like that until someone lost my damn mic. But
I'm not gonna lie.
go ahead.
I almost lost my mics. My mics is expensive.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
your
I
mics is
remember that.
expensive.
I blame myself for that because you wasn't planning on taking this back. So then yeah.
No. It was twice then because I forgot about
shit.
that. I get into it later. Don't worry about it.
All right, bet.
Don't worry.
What was DV? You had a question. What were you about to ask?
Our disappointments, like what didn't live up to our standards or what didn't we like this year?
Man, look. So for me,
He was so ready. What's up?
He,
all
said,
right, look,
he
so-
said, I got this.
So I don't know what it is about like me hosting a panel, but there's always like something that goes wrong for me when it comes to hosting a panel. So like last year, I had these postcards. Do I have any in proximity right now?
Wait,
I don't know.
I got one. Hold up.
I got yours.
Yeah, come on. We see.
Is it the last year one?
I just saw it
That's,
because I
that's
was
this
looking
year.
for
That's
my
this year.
keychain the other
Y'all have
day.
one from last year.
Oh,
I
you
don't
got
have
it.
the
I
one
got
from
my
last
book.
year. I know I don't have that.
I have
Only
one.
5 minutes.
I was right in my face.
Hey yo,
Ah,
So this is not it. This is the year before.
I
So I had the
have that somewhere in the house. I know it's somewhere in the
oh, I know
crib.
exactly where it is now. So did I see it?
so I
Yeah.
had this last year, and I was giving these away to tell people like, "Hey, yo, here's my panel. Pull up to the panel," and I put the when and where, the time, date, room number, all that jazz on there.
Mhm.
Just for an hour before the panel, they changed my room number,
Yeah.
and so like I handed out so many of these, and then they changed my room number, and so I was really sick about that. And then this year, I was like, you know what? If you notice on the ones that y'all have right there is no uh,
Yeah.
time and location on there because I was like, I'm not doing that again.
Yep.
Just for the room that they first off, they scheduled me at the same time as Meg, and then they put me next to the room that had Meg, so they end up blocking off the main access to my panel room.
Yep.
Yep. Because it was hard getting over there. Even and we were only what, like 2 rooms down.
Yeah.
Like down the hall.
We were down the hall, and we had to go
And I'm,
all the way around to come to your panel.
and I'm like, yo, like man, like let me breathe, bro. Let me just have one good, successful, you know what I mean? But just like last year, I was still able to fill the room out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like that's all that I really care about. But I just can't help but wonder, like, I wonder how much more does it fill out if the first year they don't change my room and then the second year you don't block the main access to my room to where people have to now use a unmarked door on the back end. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
One of these years, you gonna get just an easy ass room. I'm gonna pack it out.
Y'all
I
know.
feel like my
Y'all know
biggest
how I feel
issue
about
is
these
that
rooms. Y'all know how I feel
they
about them
change. Yeah, when they change
every year.
locations, that's when it's like all fucky wucky.
I'm not gonna lie. Day one, I'm submitting so we can get our shit. I'm gonna put our shit on Saturday though, cause it seems like Friday we always get fucked. You feel me? Like we're either during our friends' time or we're during some big event. And Saturday, yeah, it's a dodgeball and all, but only a certain amount of people get in there. I'm putting our shit on Saturday. I'm trying to do something. You feel me?
they're going for a panel next year.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
actually came up with a new panel idea for next year. I'm not saying it. I'm not stealing it, but it is on brand. I'll tell y'all once we out of the live and stuff. Y'all gonna love it. I like all of it.
We got
I
Fred
love all of it.
Marverse in the IG live.
What
Yeah,
up,
gang.
gang?
Having it.
Shout out to my boy Fred Mar.
Well, I can talk about what I ain't like. I ain't like the IRL stream this year. Y'all
You know
gotta
what?
chill out.
That wasn't mine, but it's definitely on the list.
Y'all gotta chill out. Like y'all were doing way too much. And not even like first of all, a lot of complaints I heard from other females and just people in general. But like I had my own personal experience. So I'm sitting at the table waiting for Chris to bring us food. You know, copped us a spot. He comes sit next to me. And I talk to everybody. Like I'm not gonna not talk to nobody. We have said this on the pod many a times. Like we don't know. It's your first time. You know, worked up the strength to talk to somebody. Like the girls I talked to in one of the lines, never been on a plane before. Was telling them all about my trip to Japan, showing them pictures. Like I'm friendly. But then I realized right across from me is his cameraman. So he filming. He like, oh, I started. Now it's gonna click when I say it right now, but in the moment it didn't click. He's like, oh, I started watching Fire Force. Dope.
You were doing
And I was
so
like,
good. You
yeah.
cut out just a little bit.
Oh my bad. He's like, it's so dope. And I was like, oh, Fire Force, yeah, thanks. Like, whatever. Like, thank you. Like my cosplay, whatever. He goes, so do you like Chanel? And I was like, I'm trying to think of the Fire Force characters. I'm like, Chanel. No, Chanel. I was like, what? And he was like Chanel. And I was like, no, I'm not really into that. He was like, well, what brands you like? And I was like, I'm not really into brands like that. Like, that's not me. He was like, well, what do you like? I was like, I like shoes, I like Jordans. He was like, well, give me your number and I'll buy you Jordans. And I was like, no, thank you. He's like, are you here by yourself? And I'm like, no, I'm here with my fiance, da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, oh, well, I wish y'all a happy relationship, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, thank you. So he gets up to go. And since we talked, anybody I chitty-chatted with, I gave a sticker. So I'm like, oh, here's a sticker. And he goes, no, you already said no. I don't want your fucking sticker. And I was like, whoa, my guy, it's a sticker. You don't have to take it. You don't have to keep it. It's a sticker. So he gets up, walks like over to where his man's is. Some guy comes and talks to him. He's like, "Oh, this dude, he's the best." Like talking to me, like he's the best. Don't I love your content, dude? Oh, do you know him? He's dope. And I said, "Nah, he's an asshole. He was really rude just now." He's like, "No, you just gotta get to know him." I said, "No, he's really right just now." And so, hindsight 2020, this nigga said he started watching Fire Force. If that is true,
It's like they're
Fire
censoring
Force
her on
came out-
purpose, and it's beautiful. That's so fucking funny. Say his age again. Let's see if it does again. How old was he started watching Fire Force?
12.
Oh, I didn't do it. Yeah.
If that is true, Fire Force came out 6 years ago.
Yeah.
At best, he's 18. On his best day, if he started watching it the day it dropped, he's 18.
Day
Yeah.
one. That's funny as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm 30. I was like, they trying to get me. They trying to lock me up.
They
were
trying to get
trying
you
to
out.
get
They
me.
trying to
We
get you
got one.
out of there.
Out of there.
His cameraman was watching you, and the feds was watching the camera.
Mhm.
Right. That's that Diddy cam.
Mm.
I was like, and it didn't click on me till later. I was like, fuck that long. And I'm mathing. I'm good on y'all IRL. Like, and they were just a little much. Like, you would be they walk through shots. Like, people are taking pictures. They just walking through shots and stuff. It's just like, I get it. Like, this is your day. Like, this is what you're doing. But like, can you just like get some fast content? Like, y'all are in the way. I hate to say it this way, but you in the way.
She being polite.
not
I'm not
fun for
gonna
everybody
be.
else.
I'm gonna be Greg about it. Fuck you. Fuck your shot. Fuck your live. Fuck your people. Fight me about it. My point is, like, they was annoying. I agree. There was too many.
were
Like
mad
that is
annoying.
that's the new thing right now, right? That's the to be an IRL streamer. Niggas get their homeboy. They spend a bag on a camera. Have them follow around. But too many of y'all. I know y'all see what Casanat does. Let him do it. Let him and his friends do it. Cause some of y'all just be acting an ass and be like, nah, it's for content. Fuck you and that content. Fight me. Like, there was so many situations where I had to like take a deep breath. Where either someone walked through my shot when I'm like obviously like, yo, hold up. And I like had to fuck up my shot, gotta do some editing, like, oh, whoa. And they walk through anyway and me mug me. Bitch, I will fight you. But like that happened. Like some random dude when I was walking with D was like, "Hey yo, you let me hold $500 once, right, bro?" And I was like, "Ah ha ha!" And like just swooped over him and just pushed him past me. I was like, "Get the fuck out of my face, nigga!" And just kept walking. He was with his homeboys. I'm like, "No, we're not doing this bullshit. Get the fuck out of here!"
Right.
Like,
You know, oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's the thing. Like, y'all just doing too much. Like, just have fun. Get content of the con. The con is fun in itself. There's plenty of things going on. You don't have to start something.
right?
Yeah.
They're looking for the
No,
next
I
big
was-
moment.
Right.
All I was gonna say was a couple years ago when I got interested in like doing like pitches, like learning the pitch process to networks. So I got my manga and everything, and of course, every manga maker's dreams is obviously anime. So when I started to learn the pitch process throughout my research and more than 3 different references, more than just throughout it, one thing that I kept coming across was people saying that the most common pitch they would get would be people saying like, "Oh yeah, you get a camera crew and follow me and my friends around because we're just that funny." And it's like the truth of the matter is
Nigga.
that like no, like nigga,
you're
no,
not.
like no, you're not. And it's like right now, this whole live stream culture has people that should not be in front of the camera feeling like it's possible.
Right.
It's kind of like when you watch somebody just do something and you be like, you know what, I think I can do that. And we just have a lot of that going on right now. And like, and the sad part is that when charisma doesn't sell the way a Kaisanet charisma sells,
Right.
then you have people that's like, oh, well, let me get into shock factor or kind of like rage bait content. And then now that right now is breeding like a bunch of assholes right now. And that's, I don't know
Absolutely.
what to
Yeah.
Because rage bait
I mean-
breeds clips, which breeds, the next viral thing. Let me read something that Fred Marver said. This man said a lot of clones, a lot of people video bombing. I wanted to do them like the Fourth Raikage did Sasuke with that Liger bomb. Facts. Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
Like, I don't know. RuPaul said it best. You need charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. That's how you get her done.
Don't forget the other T.
Tits?
Tuck.
Titties.
Ah! All right. Yo, get a camera on me. I'm funny as shit. No. But no, the real shit about it is like, yeah, a lot of y'all don't got it. And it's okay. Not everybody's gonna have it. If everybody have it, comedy would be easy. Everybody would be able to do 15 and we wouldn't have the fucking marvels that we have today. It is what it is. Yeah. Not everybody's gonna have it. And I know y'all see what these people want. I get that. I want it too, but I'm gonna stay in my fucking lane. I know that's not for everybody. And these people, this saturated field is like really annoying. Like, so many people were doing it, and to the point where it was getting real annoying. Like, I think he might have saw it. It was one of my videos I was doing, and a dude was like, "Oh, we doing TikToks?" And he ran over with him and his cameraman, like, "We doing TikToks, right? We doing TikToks?" I'm like, "No, I'm recording an interview, bro. Can you move?" He's like, "Oh, cool," because I thought we was doing TikToks. I'm like, I just told you no, move. And he's like, "My bad, bro." I'm like, "Nah," because I was being nice. Because I was being nice. And you didn't do it.
That's a crazy sentence. I don't like that. We doing TikToks,
bitch. What? No. I was a little, like I said, I can get a little aggressive, and I try not to be. But like, when I already know that I'm bugging somebody and that I'm taking up time, and they might be busy or doing whatever, I don't want to take up more time. I told you this is gonna be a 3-minute interview. I'm gonna make it a 3-minute interview, a dap up, and if you want to go, you can. You got shit to do. I respect your time.
Yeah.
That's one reason why I like the goodie bags this year. Cause like I messed up. I left my mics home. I bought new mics. The new mics broke. Lost Greg mics. Mics were my nemesis. But like people I couldn't get an interview with, I'm like, oh, love your content. Here's a goodie bag. Like I can at least do something.
Facts. No, good pivots though. Good pivots. Diva was she wasn't the MVP, but she was most improved player.
I'll take it. What didn't you like this year?
Shit, I forgot about that. I don't know because I didn't have the same issue with the IRL streamers that y'all had. Like I saw a couple, but they were like the big ones. Like I would see the big ones walking and they just have their entourage and I just step out the way. But the little ones, they just that Black Mirror episode where people just you can't see them. Like I ain't see them. Like I didn't even realize it was that many until I really just sat here and thought about it as y'all was talking about it. For me, I think what I didn't like or my disappointment was some of the events starting late, and it's like you throwing off my schedule, and it's like not even like a little. Look, I already know when it comes to RDC, they some niggas. They do be on nigga time. But I wanted to see that Marvel Rivals little tournament because I was curious if they improved. Like, I've seen them play. They weren't good. No offense. But when I got to the gaming room, I was there for like 25 minutes. And they just had some random person on stage trying to entertain the crowd. Like, they were not there. Like, 30 minutes went by. I'm like, I got to go. Yeah. I come back later, and I'm talking to some people just chatting it up. And it was like, yeah, we saw the Marvel Rivals. It started. It happened. It was like, yeah, they started around like 1:15. It was like, it was supposed to start at 12:30.
Damn. Like, that's 45 minutes late, nigga. That's CP time. But Heed, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think our team could beat our 6-stack could beat their 6-stack? How bad was it? Like,
he said no. He said he don't want to play with you no more.
He plays with me. We just don't do comp. Damn. Like I said, we're all capable of GM, just not together. Because we don't play well together.
Y'all, they had this argument.
He was breaking up with me on the game.
In the Airbnb, and he was like, it sounded like they were breaking up. Greg did not want this to happen.
I was fighting for this marriage, and he didn't want to fight for me.
He was like,
he was so done.
Say to me. He was saying stuff like, "It's nothing you can say to me to change my." Greg was like, "I feel like if we just give it another try," we all turned around. Like, what's happening in this house?
Oh my goodness!
I was tired. I was hungry, and he was dragging that conversation. I'm like, dog. Look, it just don't work. Like I see the chessboard and I see where the pieces are, and they don't.
I'm
You gotta
sitting on
just
the
knock that
couch in
shit.
my silk robe. We could make it work. And he just like, bitch, I don't love you.
That's what it was like.
And Diva and D are just watching from the kitchen, just giggling like he's trying so hard.
We're so quiet because we don't want them to stop.
Oh,
So we
man.
just in the kitchen, like acting like we doing stuff, vacuuming the sink, like.
Oh my god, that was funny. Oh man. So my most hated or most disliked thing, right, was scheduling. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So similar to he, but more specifically, I don't like the fact that everything gets scheduled and booked so late and then moved around again. We need to have a concrete schedule a week before DreamCon and not the day of DreamCon. Like, I feel like things were still getting finalized up until Thursday. Like, because I had to check my shit and there was more things on there. That's the first thing. But on the second hand, make some things earlier. Make some things earlier. Let niggas miss some shit.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Let that be
Because that 6-hour block from 3 until 9 p.m., there's so many things they stack on top of each other that are similar. They don't canon it, you know? They don't put, like, the cosplay thing with the manga thing with the joke thing. They put manga thing, manga thing, manga thing. Cosplay thing, cosplay thing, cosplay thing. Now it's a fight to go to, like, if I got multiple homies that I'm trying to support or see, I can't do that. I gotta pick one when I might want to go. Maybe I'm a cosplayer and I'm like, I want to go to every cosplay event. If they're stacked, I can't do that.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Right, that makes sense. Like when you have I don't want to say a niche, but you have things that you like. You go into things that are similar. And
right.
They all happen at once.
Exactly.
Yeah,
then you
I've
can't
always
see
hated-
shit.
I've always hated how they do their planning, especially because like y'all have this in advance. Y'all have,
Right.
and I hate to say it like this, y'all have enough time to have this stuff in advance. And I feel like they should make it so you have to sign up for certain events so they can get an idea of how much. Because like Rab's event, that room was
Too small.
entirely too small for his event. Entirely too small.
He needed
Shout out
2
to him
rooms.
for just shout out to him for just running it back again so that people could leave who saw the premiere, and then people who didn't get to see it can just come
Right.
into the room and see it. But like the room was entirely, and it happened another event, the Anime Jeopardy, the room for that entirely too. Friend put that on. I didn't even get to go. I didn't even make it to the hall that it was in. That's how like small the room was in comparison to people going.
I
And so
think.
it's like,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
if y'all have an app where we can schedule these, at least have people put on their schedule, even if they have some overlapping things, it'll give you an idea of, oh, this is pretty popular. It needs a bigger room, and this maybe is smaller, a little bit niche. We can put it in a.
I think that the best thing to do would be them utilize the app, because I'm pretty sure they either created it or have someone maintain it, right? Utilize the app to where we got all the events, maybe speed up the event process. Like, hey, you got to submit it earlier. If you don't, that's up to you. That sucks. We'll just have more open rooms or bigger spaces for people. And they say, hey, and it tracks. Have it track how everything's going to get put in. So if we notice that, and like you said, do a reservation thing, but do it as more of like a counter, you know? So it's like, oh, 250 people said they're adding this to their schedule, and it overlaps with this thing, but 250 people said they were going. We should then book a room for 200. And if there's an overflow of 50, so be it. But do something like that, or have a ticket system where you do track it, and then post-con, all right, this event did this year, this event did this year, this event did this year. So we know these are 300s, these are 500s, these were this, and we put them in a 50. We put this one in 100. We did too much for this room, and you adjust it accordingly. Because how it is now, it's kind of, oh, you knew? Cool, we're going to give you a room for about 50 to 100 people. But if you new and popping, you already fucked that room up. Like, you've packed that bitch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so it's just the
they
timing
gotta figure
about
it out.
all of it.
And obviously they
wait
can
too
figure
late.
out. They can figure it out somewhat. They had, this year was one of the years where they had like real reservations for events. So y'all can do it. Like, you showed me you can do it. Just apply it to everything. It doesn't have to be reservations, but like some type of tracking is possible.
I agree.
That's why.
I agree. Like the tracking needs to be there because the events that were happening, it was so much where like it was just hard to keep track of it. And every year, I know I hear people have trouble with filling out their rooms or not having enough space. So it's just one of those things where it's like it just needs to be a little bit more coordinated. Maybe we get to things. Hey, appreciate the like, Corey. We get to things a little bit earlier, you know, because it feels like I'm always struggling and fighting to get things. Like, because we had a meeting 2 weeks before DreamCon. Barely anything was on the schedule. And we were like, let's start filling it out now. And then he was like, I'm going to wait till the day of. Should have did that because literally Thursday when we got in, we started doing it. So much more shit was on there. All over the place. But most things start at 3 p.m. Fuck that.
And that's the other
have the
thing.
opening ceremony. Like, have that at like 11, 12. On like Friday. Get it popping.
They need to have stuff start earlier. If like stuff needs to start at 10. I get it. It's hard to get people in the 10 a.m. panels, but they will have people if they're interesting and good panels.
Put your most popular people in the morning, in all honesty. Want to know why? Because people are going to get up to see them.
And then you get the people stuck there. Because if I'm not at the hotel, which most likely I'm not because it's expensive, and I had to Uber in or my wherever hotel I'm staying isn't the cost of walks, I'm staying at the convention center. Now I'm here all day. Bare minimum, because once you put your stuff in the middle of the day, I'm not leaving for your stuff.
Right.
Everybody gotta do the after dark stuff, the late night events. I'm here all day. You got me here all day. Give me my money's worth. I want to be here all day.
Give me 2 extra hours. That's all I need. That's all I need, bruh. Yeah. 2 extra hours. All right. What was y'all most liked part? And I'm gonna start with this, right? I have 2 answers, right?
Oh, we did that.
I have a second answer for that, right?
Okay.
So I thought about it, right? Call it my most noticed thing, right? This year, I don't know if it was Houston. I don't know if it was Megan, but ass was out, bruh. That's the Gooner answer. There's so much ass out in a respectful manner, but like, it was a lot. It was almost overwhelming. Like, usually I'm like, people ask me, can I bring my kids, something like this. I'm like, yeah, it's a family fun event. Nah, not this year. I'm sorry, DR. Not this year. There was a lot of buns out, brother. Lots of buns.
Cake.
Maine. Fred Martin know what I'm talking about. He said Maine. And like, I liked how all girls do their cosplays, especially when they go towards the feminine sexuality. I'm a man. Sorry. But at the same time, like, they all did it in a good way. Like, the costumes were fire all over. Whether they were supposed to be sexual or not, people did they big one this year. I saw a lot of great cosplays, period, point blank. But the ones that had, you know, the tight fit or the buns out, I was like, nah, you said these buns finna be out. Meg gonna see this ass. See that ass she did.
Yeah, they was outside. They was outside.
She said, I'm gonna win the cosplay competition with this. Just all ass. That's my cosplay.
It just
my cosplay's ass.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I swear D said she saw somebody that like had on like a nude top and then like, nude leggings and then just red shorts, like some small ass red shorts.
She was an ass. She was ass.
She was ass. And like, yeah, you would have got on stage. They would have given you a 15.
I did like the fact that it was in Houston, though, because Houston definitely brought out more of the cowboy specials, like combining the cosplay with, like, you know, cowgirl. I saw a lot of those, and those were actually pretty nice. People did their big one with that. I'm not gonna lie, it was really dope to see. So like more people. I guess what I'm also getting at is more people cosplayed this year, and I'm glad that this convention makes people comfortable with their bodies enough to do so. Because even if you bad, even if you big, even if you small, like a lot of people don't feel comfortable enough to do it. And this year, it was a significant more amount of people doing it with intricate cosplays. Not just like, oh, I bought an Akatsuki robe and threw in some contacts. Teehee. No, I'm talking about like, I put man hours into this shit. There was a lot of those.
A lot of people's cosplays were really nice this year. And like the effort was there. And I appreciated it. I always love cosplays though. I like to go see it. So.
Mine came out real good. I'm happy about that. We got to step it up, though. We was lacking. We both was lacking.
This year, I didn't care at a certain point. I was just like, I just needed to happen. Get over it.
I forgot you was dressed as, bro, but you stabbed my finger up, bro, when I dapped you up that one time, bro. I was like, God damn, you gave me a COVID shot.
I had spikes on my spike collared wristband things. I ain't know. People kept saying it, but I kept forgetting.
This is because
I'm just so used to dapping niggas up.
Oh
like,
fuck! Shit!
And everybody said it felt like It's like, oh my god, I'm sorry.
Dang, bro, it's crucial.
That was just my other one because I noticed it and I wanted to talk about it, especially on the pod, of course. But like, that was just an interesting one at the same time because I was like, oddly enough, I didn't expect it. I know the anime community is a bunch of gooners, but at the same time, I ain't see it coming.
I'm a little upset with DreamCon this year, like, and it's like post DreamCon, like not being there. Like, all right, so a couple of us here are Greek. And well, all of the podcast is Greek, and there was a lot of posts that were upset at the Omegas or like stepping and strolling everywhere, and it was like, why are y'all here? This ain't y'all space, blah blah blah. What, like, one of the things that the biggest thing that made me mad about it is like the video that they chose to use them strolling. Everybody was in cosplay. Like, it wasn't like they were like in gold boots and in Omega shirts or whatever. They were like all in cosplay and just so happened to be strolling as well. So I'm like, like, you're not proving your point. And the fact that you're upset that this other big, very, very big part of Black culture is present and making a presence at this event is upsetting. And it just shows like y'all like hurt people. Like, y'all are hurt. Some Omega stole
they
your
ain't
girl,
make line,
or you ain't make line, or you didn't feel cool enough to do this type of thing,
Yikes.
or you felt like an outcast by somebody
crazy,
part of this thing, and so now you're attacking them. And this is supposed to be a space for everybody, and that's I think that's my upsetting. Like, it's supposed to be a space for us, like, you know. For us, by us. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. The next post I see complain about him, I'm gonna be like, damn, your girl went to a toga party, huh? She ain't had no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on. On the dance floor.
Definitely more about people when they think about nerds and geeks, like, first of all, those are two separate things. Some people just mash them in one. But when people have this mental image of them, like, they don't picture like, oh, the Greek people or these kind of people. Like, you have to have a certain look to you. Like, most people prior to this year, especially like the last couple years, DreamCon kind of been airing it out, but people was like, when you say, oh, it's like a nerd convention for anime stuff, it's like, oh, it's probably gonna be funky as hell in there. There's gonna be people in there with some beat up FUBUs and they toes hanging out.
Bruh, DreamCon's one of the only conventions I've gone to that smells good consistently. Like,
this year,
I wasn't around the funk this year.
This was the first year, because every year at DreamCon, I pass somebody, like, it is consistent. I'm passing somebody, I'm like, damn, you smell good. Like, it's like a damn you. This was the first year I was like, oh, we musty this year? When did we start being musty?
Someone had a sign about if you can afford a ticket to DreamCon, you can afford the second deodorant.
Yeah,
that shit was funny.
That's facts, though.
Facts. Them tickets were pricey. But yeah, I was really upset by that because, like, it just implies that to be nerdy, you have to look and be a certain way. And that's not true. And it's not fair to, like, people who are more than one type of facet. And being Black isn't just one thing. It's so many things. And I think that's one of the things that make DreamCon so beautiful. It is like how it is. Everything is how we take it and put a spin on it. Like, how we put our culture into things that we enjoy. And so it really kind of low-key hurt my heart because I'm like, damn, like, I know Omega's obnoxious. Y'all are. But
I'm going to add on to that, right?
Let them be happy. Let them hop and whatnot.
Nah, fuck that. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to lie.
Comment.
I understand why some people get annoyed, right?
Yes.
It's the constant barking. It'd be going on for like 30 minutes. I'll be like, all right, damn. It's like having a dog. When your dog sees something or is talking to other dogs and they bark. And it's like, okay, you're doing your thing, cool, whatever. But at a certain point, it's like, all right, damn. Shit. But like,
Yeah.
you having a fun
I want
time?
to add to that as well. Two separate thoughts. One, I seen a post from somebody kind of talking about that, and it was like it's crazy how like everybody's here to celebrate pretty much Japanese culture, but any showings of black culture is what's turning people away, and that's like a super weird thing
Right.
when this is a black convention.
So,
That's
And
fact.
then
go ahead.
It was Tony who said that.
yeah,
He was
Tony
like,
Weaver, Tony
if
Weaver.
it was Tony Weaver. He was like, if it wasn't called the Divine Nine, but called the Seven Samurai, y'all be trying to dress up and
Yeah, right,
be all
right,
a
right.
part of the group. But it's celebrating blackness, and y'all want to turn it away because y'all are like hurt.
So
And
I
I
got
agree.
2 points on that, right? Point
Mm.
one was a post I just saw. Niggas quoted Delta Slim from Sinners, and they were like, they said white people, but they're saying people like the blues just fine. They just don't like the people that's making it. Kind of applies here, right? They love the nerd shit. They just don't always love who the nerds is. You feel me? And in this
Right.
case, that's sometimes it's Greek, sometimes it's not Greek, sometimes it's your average Joe, sometimes it's a black dude. It's whatever. The other thing is, when it came to like just being, black and Greek, I think a lot of people have their own, like you said, their own stigma that comes with it. That is big frat boy and blah blah blah, or they're hurt something. But I mean, we exist everywhere. Period. Point blank. I'm in a blurred D9 chat, bro. Like tons of them. A few of them are there.
Add me.
No.
I want to join.
Nah, man, it's
All
exclusive.
right,
Invite
all right.
only, bro. Invite only. Invite only. I don't know you. I don't know you. Get out of here. No, I'm kidding. But no, like it's tons of these things, and like to see people not understand that. Like when we were at the HBCU thing, right? And everybody was shouting their HBCU, duh, this, and then they said, "Yo, Omega's in the Meg start barking." They come out in droves. They're like, "Yeah." Nigga was like, "Oh, what are these gang members doing here?" I said, "Bitch, what are you talking about, man? Get out of here, loser."
away.
Bro was
You
mad, but
upset.
like 2 seconds ago, he was doing the same shit for his school. Like, people take pride in that. They earned that. They earned them letters. Period, point blank. You
Right.
can't take that away from them. So, like, at the end of the day, just have a little respect for people. You feel me? That's all it is. And you ain't got to like it. And if you don't like it, you got 2 legs and some lungs. Walk that way, nigga. That's all it is. That's all it
Facts.
is. Because, I mean, at the
Big
end of the day, everybody here to have fun. And that was going to lead me to my next question. I was going to say, have you guys, I guess, been seeing, or like, what are your thoughts on how a lot of people are saying that this is no longer becoming a black anime convention, but becoming the black happening party for just the average person who's like not even into anime, and the weirdos who come out like, oh, this anime shit's weird. Because, we had a few of them last year. We had a few of them this year. I think you're guaranteed to have them at whatever the happening spot is. And also, we also know that, black culture drives culture, period, point blank. When black people is doing something, people show up. Right? Everybody want to invite to the cookout. This is becoming the cookout. What y'all got to say about like the idea that this is becoming the cookout, and the people that's not supposed to be here is coming and blah blah blah.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword. I think
Mhm.
it's opening the door to people who just want to experience like good black stuff just in general. Like it's opening the door. It's letting people know it's okay to be who you are. You're welcome, you're loved, and you can have a good time with people who look like you and think like you in a safe space. Like even people don't necessarily like watch anime like but are interested or just interested in the stuff that comes out of it because cosplaying is that's not even joke like it's not like are just interested and can and come into a space and learn about it and be welcomed in that space. Other side of that coin is there are people think it's cool to say something isn't or think it's cool to put other people down and they come into that space and make it no longer a safe space. And I think that's the hard part. It takes me back to Sinners. Like, can't let everybody in. And it sucks. Cause sometimes you wanna let people in, especially
Right.
some people that you think are cool, but you can't let everybody in. Man,
No, that's facts.
that's just the reality.
DR, seemed like you had something to say on that, dog. What you got?
Yeah, no, like I have two kind of opposing thoughts with that. For one, you have Mark saying in on a podcast that DreamCon isn't an anime convention. It's not I forgot everything that he said, but he said it's a convention for dreamers. So it's like if you
Right.
have a passion, this is the place to come and like network and promote it and blah 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 blah. So it's like on one end, it's like the idea of it not being a black anime convention, but just like like you said, like the new cookout. Um, when Mark himself is saying that that's I guess what his intended plan is for this to become, I guess, by him saying that is not for one specific community. I mean, I guess it's like, well, how can we fight what its intended purpose is supposed to be? But on the opposite side, which is my actual opinion on it, I mean, I get it. Like my first year at DreamCon, I was extremely thrown away and turned off with the idea of it felt less of a celebration of anime and more of a celebration of content creators.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like a one thing that kind of that like I said, it kind of threw me off the first time I went. It like a lot of the major events is like, oh, come watch RDC do this. Come watch AMP do that. Come watch the closing ceremony. Oh, yeah, come watch Bear Easy. Come watch Vader's Film Festival. Well, the
Learn
Vader's
how
Film
to
Festival.
do a podcast. Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say Vader's Film Festival is a little bit different because he's actually is a production of content. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little different. But yeah, that like I would be wrong if I said, or even how just a few minutes ago we was talking about the IRL streamers. Like, you know what I mean? Like that I would be wrong if I said like that. Oh yeah, like they should. All that should also be welcome. Like no, I feel like at its core, it should have been and should be a celebration of anime because that's what it is. Like there hasn't been too many places where people of our skin tone can kind of go out there and just really show the fuck out with cosplays and not be judged by it. You know what I mean? And I feel like it does suck to know that there's going to be in such a safe place. There's still going to be people that can look around and be like, "Yo, this anime shit is some bullshit." But it's like, my nigga, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? So,
They there for
so
the
yeah, like
games.
when does it, and this is more of a thinker question, so I think I'm gonna pose a question to because he's my thinker. When do you change your mission, like the mission that you had or the vision that you had, to fit what something is becoming? Because yes, maybe the vision was for this to be for like creators, but this has
right.
become a celebration of like blackness and anime culture. So when do you pivot to do you pivot to pander to your audience, or do you keep pushing with your mission and you make your mission happen at the cost, maybe at the cost of losing some of that audience?
Well, I think at this point it's too late. Like it is going to turn into what it's turned to. Like it's a runaway train at this point. Like you can't. It's going to be hard to pivot because now you're trying to alienate people. And it's like, well, we were here last year and we did this, so we're just gonna come back and do this again.
Right.
I think like you were saying, Dr. Like he did say it was supposed to be a dreamers circle, like for people come and their dreams and they chase them and interact with folks. And I do think that at this point it's really just going to be like mainly a lot of people come for certain content creators that they want to find and run to or meet. Like I felt bad for Berlizzi. Like every time I walked into the vendor hall, like
line was so fucking
Crazy.
long.
Every single day, every hour, it stretched the whole.
The last 3 years.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
that's exhausting. That's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It's like they come here to show love and they want to have fun too. But I guess now it's like they can only have fun at night because during the day it's work.
Right.
And I mean, hey, I'm not gonna be mad at them. Get your bag, chase your money. But really, it's just like that's what I feel like most of the fan base is going to be that come to support. Like they just want to go find those creators that they're here to see. Then you still have the people that's here for the anime stuff, and you have people here that they just see it as an opportunity to make content. Like I ran into some dudes, they was cool peoples, and they had all this equipment and stuff. I'm like, yo, it's like, what do y'all do? And they was like, nothing, man. We got this equipment. We gonna make some kind of content. We gonna do something. There's hella shit everywhere. I'm like, hey, I ain't mad at it. Chase your bag, but it's like
fair.
That was your motivation to come to like just try and do something, pop off. Like I feel like that's not really a dream. That's you trying to chase a dollar without a dream.
Yeah.
No,
So I also want to answer that question as well. With so I agree that I do believe that it is kind of a runaway train right now in a sense of once somebody's been comfortable of doing something the year before, like you're going to want to do it again the following year. And there's almost no way to really regulate that kind of thing. Like the only way, like, how do you get rid of IRL streamers that's there just for the IRL aspect of it? What do you say? Like no camera recording during the convention? Like that now
Turn off
puts
the Wi-Fi.
Cut the fucking Wi-Fi.
Hey, hold on. You might be cooking though. But so like
hotspot, nigga.
like,
try me.
But yeah, so like maybe that's the thing that you have to do. But yeah, I just think that unfortunately, like the more that you promote things like the more that you promote people like AMP being there, let's just say AMP, because AMP is like probably is a group of the biggest streamers in the world. And even though RDC is obviously another group that streams a lot, at least they're anime based, whereas AMP is not so much.
No, they just.
And so I think the more that you continue to have the people in there that do things like that, like you're going to tell me that you're going to have Kai here who does this thing that I'm trying to do, but I'm not allowed to do the thing that made Kai, like that just makes no sense.
So I'm gonna add on to that and kind of just go like, I recognize it, like you guys said, when do you pivot? And I look at it kind of like, same way we were just talking about how Greeks can be nerds and nerds can be geeks because they're two different things. Remember that. It's multifaceted, right? But at its core, I think it's always going to be an anime nerd convention, right? Because that's just anime. A lot of like cartoons be there, like Avatar. I saw Dexter and Dexter's Mom, like shit like that, right?
That was great. That's a great
so like, I think at its core, it's always going to be about animation, right? But I think the outside shells of it is what we're all kind of worried about. Because like you said, how am I going to come to this place where Casanat, AMP, all these IRL streamers doing what they do, and I can't do it? I think the best thing that you can do is protect people from it, if that makes sense. Like, you know how they have lounges where you can get some downtime but still be in the con so you don't got to leave. I think you have lounges where it's like no streaming. Like, this is somewhere where people can get away, recharge their social battery. I don't want no cameras in this bitch. Like, there's just music, chill vibes, and maybe a conversation if you want to have it. You got to have more stations in areas like that because it can be exhausting constantly dealing with being on someone's camera, being in someone's shot, you know?
Yeah, I think that's actually so. One thing about DreamCon this year that I was really locked into was like the map.
Yeah, the map was so much better. I'll give them that.
Because, and the reason why I was really locked in on the map was because not only did I have like my panel and everything I kind of need to know, but we also had a panel break room. Which, if you guys get a panel next year, absolutely go to that break room. These niggas fed me lamb.
Huh?
These niggas fed me brisket, macaroni, chicken and waffles for breakfast.
I want it to be known. I had a panel. I was not fed a sandwich. I wasn't even given a water. This nigga had brisket?
Bro, brisket, macaroni. They had lamb, bro. When I opened that little steam pot and it was like the rack of lamb right there, I was like, oh my God. What is going on? I just spent a dime on food all of DreamCon.
Remember,
motherfucker, man.
150 going. That's where it's going. That nigga's
that nigga's stomach, man.
They fed me right. They had some kind of sauce, so they had pieces of mango in it too, and it had like some kind of chips and dip, and it was great back there. I love it.
I want it to be known when you got fruit in the sauce, not fruit in the sauce.
Yeah,
a chef made that bitch, like a chef
from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Scratch. Wow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm submitting that application day one, bro. That day fucking one.
Fun fact: whenever I went into my, because I told you I was in the building dumb early, and the way that I was getting into these areas a lot earlier was with the panelist badge. Like my panelist badge got me everywhere I was not supposed to be in. Like every time somebody was like, "Where are you going?" I would always be like, "I'm a panelist. I'm supposed to be in there." Like I would always panic, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, go!" And I skipped all the RSVPs, like anything I wanted to get in, I got into. And so like, but yeah, I ended up doing that, and I ended up getting access to my panelist break room like at like 10 o'clock in the morning. And I went in there and they had chicken and waffles like set up. I was like, oh shit, let me get maybe a nice little plate. And it was cool too, because they had the chicken and waffle. Then they had like a syringe with the syrup that was like stabbed into the waffle, so you could take it out. It was great. But like I'm in there eating, and this lady comes in and she was like, "Yeah, you're not supposed to be in here yet. You're not supposed to be in here yet." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And she was like, "When am I supposed to come back?" She was like, "This is an area that doesn't open until like 2." And I was thinking, I was like, "Well,
why the food
here now? It's 10 o'clock. If I come back at 2, this food's been sitting here for like 4 hours. Yeah, like what the fuck? But hey, she was like, you could take whatever you want, and so I stacked my plate and I left.
Hey, ain't
And I
mad at
was,
it.
Guys, next year we're gonna save so much fucking money.
oh wait, I was making a point about the map. But I got
And we
Yeah,
got
some
to food. Now I'm hungry, bruh.
Yo, so but one thing I realized with the map is that in the back area there was actually a lot of rooms that they didn't utilize.
Yeah.
So
And this,
that's the thing. I think this is gonna be the place for the next couple years because they have so much room
Yeah.
to grow. Obviously, it
Right.
was so open in comparison to Austin. Austin was like packed. This was so open. I could move easy. There was space in the halls, and to realize
Right.
like there's even more space back there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even
we're
when
here for a
moving-
while.
even when like you know when you like stuff let out, like big stuff would let out, like I never felt like, oh, big old deep crowd. Like I could just, everybody was just walking, like it was never like a line or that trudge
Right.
that a lot of cons get.
Me and
they
Diva
get
were
packed
talking
out.
about it a little bit. And we're like, this is probably going to be the place that they stay because there's not many places that have a venue bigger than this place, but also close to home. You know, like you can go
Right.
to your Vegas areas, you can go to Texas, you can go to LA, but like they from Texas. I think they're going to want to try and keep it close to home, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
You know,
Fun fact: the only reason why they left Austin is because the conventions. Because I live here in Austin, the convention center downtown got bought.
oh,
And
word?
so they're going through renovation and everything. So this was a really healthy upgrade. If anything that's going to happen is it might come back to Austin once this building gets re-renovated and everything. But if they don't do that, it's most likely going to stay in Houston.
I would
Which I'm
prefer
fine
it
with.
being Houston. I liked Houston just a little bit better. Like
I did.
6th Street was cool, but Austin was just more of a like Thursday when we went out and we were just going places. We was just finding shit. Like we also had Justin, shout out him, but like we was
I was
just
stuck in
vibing. It was a cool vibe. Weather was not that bad. It rained once, really, for real, for real. The area was pretty live. Like
It's
we had a
always
good
something.
Airbnb.
That's what they said. They said in any day of the week, there's always gonna be some place that's jumping. Like, just got to know which one to go to. And like they knew all the locals. They was like, oh yeah, it's Saturday. Yeah, we gotta go here because this is gonna be popping. Oh, Sunday it's gonna be popping here.
Mhm.
So it's like it's definitely like a mini little city that don't sleep because it's always place to jump. We found an after hour spot that they closed at 2, but then upstairs was open till like 6. So they said, look, if you're not going upstairs, get out. And then upstairs, everybody was just having fun again.
I find it crazy that we was partying with people on Thursday night, and we at a convention. We off. We don't got work. And these niggas like, damn, I got work in the morning. I'm like, nigga, it is 2 in the morning. Fuck you mean you got work in the
This is just
morning?
a regular Thursday for them. They was just out late, like
Oh,
late as fuck.
Damn.
So they were like, yeah, my first meeting ain't until 8. Nigga, that's 6 hours from now. Fuck you mean till 8?
Bro, Sunday I was out again until like 3-4 in the morning, and we were going to places, and there was hella people still out. I'm like, bro, it's Sunday. I know y'all got work tomorrow.
Facts. I can't live in Texas.
I love
My
it.
heels,
The
my heels would be
Chris
hurting.
was,
heat
Chris was
would
like,
kill
we
him.
need to move to Houston. I was like, nah, we good. I was like, if I move anywhere, I'm moving back north.
Or
Now, there was one restaurant I really wanted to recommend to everybody, bro. It's called the Turkey Leg Hut. If you're from Houston, you know about the Turkey Leg Hut.
We got some of those
Man.
they closed.
Nah,
like
look,
Southern
I'm just
Maryland.
gonna tell you, bro. It's not like
They
that here.
closed though.
They closed it down, bro, because
Yeah.
the fucking owner was a mob boss, bro. This motherfucker was stealing cop cars and blowing up buildings and shit. All this shit came out. Like, nigga, just sell your fucking turkey, bro. Why you gotta blow up bars and shit, bro? Then steal cop cars. But yeah,
That's
nah,
fucking
man.
crazy.
I'm talking, bro. They would give you a turkey leg that's
Shit was
like that's smoked to perfection. I mean, they could just one time all the meat fall off of it, but they topping it with like macaroni and lobster, bro. Like they'll have a turkey leg. They have a turkey leg where they made a smoked barbecue sauce, but the base is Hennessy. It's a Hennessy based turkey leg, bro. And it was excellent, man. They got dirty rice, Cajun rice, all elote. I don't know if y'all like elote, but they had elote turkey leg.
Big bag.
I'm
That's
so
why the
fucking
song's
hungry.
out
My
here,
stomach is
'cause that sounds
growling.
So good.
All I've eaten today is onigiri. It was good.
I had
but
a salad,
It's not.
so-
It's not that. I want that. What he talking about?
Oh,
Fuck! Now I'm hungry. That's so good, man. That is so good.
Let's see that IG still up. I'm gonna show y'all.
Y'all gonna hate me.
All I know
Why
is
he do
pain.
that?
Yeah, but I think my concern with it like being not just in Houston but in general is like at some point I felt like this year you could still buy tickets pretty late, right? I feel like they
There was
need to
tickets available to the day of, dog. So
yeah, and I'm feel like they need to make sure they pay attention and cap it at a certain point because it was already like you said, it was already panels, it was packed out and like nobody could get in. Like if you add 10,000 more people, that's just going to be worse, you know? So
So my thing
they
is like
definitely
obviously we got to pack it out. Maybe we figure out like what they want the capacities to be because I know some things got 3 rooms, some things got 2. DR's got 1. Like because you could break the
Mhm.
walls down. That's how convention centers are just built. You can always drop the walls so you have more
Yeah, yeah.
space, right? But like figure out what you want, figure out what's packed out, and then after you pack it out a little bit, you always open up some more rooms. All right, we gonna need you tell the hey, we gonna need about 20 or 30 more rooms. You feel me? And we gonna work it out. But yeah, I mean, I think these next couple of years is gonna get pretty big. I don't know what they're gonna do in terms of panels because at a certain point, not they get kind of saturated, but obviously you can only have so many how to make money off of content panels. Before it's like, oh, I'm going to the same 2 panels, blah blah blah, or I'm going to this, I'm going to this. You just got to make sure that you people, and this to y'all, that y'all are like being creative. As Oz said, if everybody's doing it, you're not doing it right. You need to be different. So
Yeah.
Right.
When everybody's juking, you need to be
Like I never
pivoting.
left.
it's all professional.
And then to touch a
Niggas
train
can't
of
hold a
thought.
bladder for 2 hours is crazy. I want that to be known.
I drink a lot of water.
That's how you sound.
Ew.
That was bullying.
I'm her bully.
That's all he does.
I build her character every day.
Yeah,
Now
he's tough.
a train of thought.
What were we talking about?
Spacing.
You.
We were talking about you, but mainly spacing and like expanding and stuff like that. That's what I was talking about.
Uh,
Yeah.
You had it and you
I
lost
would
it.
have
I saw it.
appreciated. Yeah, I don't know, but I would have also appreciated more workshops. You know, like last year there was a workshop for editing that I really wanted to go to, and I missed it.
That's
They
a good
did
workshop that they haven't
workshop.
had, like that just like runs through some editing stuff and some tips. Cause like I know most people gonna keep the secret sauce, but like you could really help a lot of people. And like I get YouTube University is always the general answer, but where do you go on YouTube University? Who do you trust? Like if you're because some people build up their own transitions, and that's how you get a lot of TikTok and CapCut transitions. Like, what did you do to do this? So maybe I want to make my own style of transition. You feel me? Like, where do I begin with that? And a lot of people don't have an answer, and that's fine. And a lot of people want to keep the secret sauce, but to a certain degree, like, y'all ain't got to keep all the secret sauce. You feel me?
Okay, let's go back to what Mark said. If this is for creators to meet and greet and exchange ideas and grow and all that stuff, why don't we? They don't have a lot of workshops. Like even like there are workshops that teach you. I think it was Otakon I did it where they taught me how to make they taught me how to make Edward's like metal hand.
They had a workshop
Like
like that.
like workshops like that where they teach you how to just make little cosplays
Yeah.
and just tips and tricks, and they're not, I mean, the stuff
They
he
have more
wasn't-
panels than they do workshops, is
they
what
had
what I'll say.
they had like cut out paper to do it, like
Yeah.
they had scissors and paper, and it was like, this is how you would do it, and these are the materials we use, here's tape.
Because they had one for foam crafting. I didn't get to go to it because I was doing interviews, but they had one for foam crafting, and like the whole thing was how to expertly foam craft. And yes, you can look it up on YouTube, but like learning it, maybe I'm a tactile learner. I have to actively do it with a person, with a teacher to learn.
Exactly. Yeah, they could use more workshops. And then I ain't gonna hold y'all. I said it before we left. I said it while I was there. I'ma say it again. The panels this year were not paneling. They felt kind of generic. Like there just was no sauce to them. Like there wasn't anything. It didn't feel like the panels were doing anything.
To that, I'll remind you of one thing. Your average panel is not meant for you. And I say that as someone who had to realize it, that a lot of these panels are for people who don't know how to start, who haven't started, who are afraid to start, or
Those are
just trying to
okay.
get some
Those,
type of information. There's not many for
I,
the intermediate to expert level. I will say that.
but even those are okay. I just didn't find any of the panels interesting because I go to that stuff. Like I like to go to panels. I like to hear. I
I
like to
don't think you
get
do.
information.
Honestly, it doesn't sound like you do.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I do. And the
You go
panels
to
I went
complain
to,
at
I
this
really
point.
enjoyed. I'm just coming back to tell you all the bad things. No, like one of the panels I went to that I like was my favorite panel, of all of DreamCon. I think I can say that now. It was the power of friendship. It was put on by a licensed therapist, and he talked about how he used therapy in like how he used anime in his therapy. Like he like tells his clients to watch like a certain anime once they talk about going through things. But one thing that he showed us like it's this chart that shows like all the things you need to have like a healthy and to move forward. It mimics a nin chart. Like it mimics the nin like um what are they called? Attributes. And like what they are, like one is like family and connection, and that's like transmutation because you get that through the people. Like it mimics that. And I thought that was like so like just a beautiful way of just like connecting like anime and mental health, which is something that a lot of nerds like suffer with. I mean, a lot of people in
Right.
general, but like,
Yeah.
and the
So
panel was like, and he was like, and this is officially a group therapy session because I'm like licensed therapist, and I was like, yes, group therapy.
I was gonna tell you, I had an epiphany when I touched down. I was like home for a day. I think it was after I recorded my one video. You like the ideas of panels. You hate the congestion of a con, but you love the fun aspect. And I came to this conclusion because you are the one that goes to the most panels. However, you have the most issues with the panels, even though I've explained to you what the issue is. A lot of them are not going to be super high level. So, like, when you
No,
get
I
to
went
them,
to that's not true. Okay, well, I did go to a non-high level con. I went to the
if
Avatar.
you say
versus,
some bullshit,
I went to the
He
Avatar
versus-
versus. I went to the Avatar versus.
which Avatar?
Huh?
Like, The Last Airbender?
Yeah, so they did like a character from Korra versus a character from the original, and then
That's not what I
at
mean.
the end,
That's
at the
just a
end-
fun game. You love a
And it was
game. If there was a panel to play Duck Duck Goose, nigga, you'd go. My point is,
I kill it.
see, that's my point. You go for activities. So I know when you tell me like you don't like the cons, you don't like unless it's truly going to be educational and life changing for you. The panel being educational isn't going to do it for you. You like activities, and I don't know why you put yourself through learning. You don't want to do that shit.
I want because learning is fun. I want to better myself. I want to be a better person. I don't want to be the same diva I was at episode 38. And I'm
Yeah,
not,
be the
'cause I
diva
was-
that's good at
I'm
Duck Duck
better.
Goose then, nigga. Shit. I don't know what to tell you. Because I noticed that. I had that epiphany. I'm like, she hates going to, like, the learning ones because she's not learning. And I'm telling you, you're not learning because they're beginner level. And you're at least intermediate at this point, I'd hope. So it's like, unless you're learning something new, like what you said with group therapy, that's high-level shit. That's high level. You ain't going to just get that existing unless you a therapist. So that's high-level shit. You don't go to a lot of high-level things. You go to, like, easy shit. And I'm like, that's why she say she hate cons so much.
I think it's because it's the lack of high level shit, I guess. Because I don't go to easy shit. Like, I mean, I do. I
Ooh,
go
now
to
Diva's
fun
got
shit,
some
but I don't go
homework.
to
Now it's
anything
time for
that's,
you.
like, easy.
Be the change you want to see in the world. I better see you submit an application for some
I am.
high-level
When I
shit.
when I tell y'all this panel that I'm going to do, I just have to find someone to do it with me. Oh, and I think I know who I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask Pretty Geeky to do it with me because I think she'll have some great points on it. It's going to be lit.
I'm going to present
It's
my
gonna be big.
dissertation. It's going to be called The Black Family, the Resemblance Between Abandonment in Fatherhood in the Anime Community. And I'm presenting that thesis.
That's actually a good topic. You'll probably fill out the room. Speaking of fill out the room, shout out to the volunteers because there's never enough of them. There's never enough of them.
I didn't even see them this year, for real, and they had on neon green shirts. I didn't see that many of them.
Poor volunteers on Friday when them niggas was picking up their badges. Ooh, I know they could have hit some. They could have hit y'all. If I'd heard there was a fight by the badges, I'd been like, yeah, they had to.
They did that to themselves, though.
And now y'all know better because Diva, you better start buying a Thursday flight because I don't know what to tell you. You is suffering.
I know. I gotta buy a Thursday flight and I gotta buy my own ticket. I ain't never bought my own ticket, y'all. I haven't bought my ticket ever.
I got 4 this time. For some reason, I don't know what the hell the extra one was because I swear it was all 4 of us. And then you said you got 2. So I'm like, so why the hell do I have an extra one? Yeah,
because that's my thing. Like, I was on the first ticket drop with D, and I was like, do you want to go? And she was like, yeah, I'll send you the cash. And literally, I remember me buying mine and her tickets on the first drop. So I know it wasn't for me.
I don't fucking remember. Whatever. I sold the ticket. I made most of my money back. Whatever. The point is, when I got to the front of that line, that lady scanned my thing. She said, "You bought 4?" I said, "Yeah."
I'm the team pack mule. You feel me?
Yeah, I got my own ticket, so I don't even have an account.
You agitate me when you do this. Don't you play stupid because like you can do this. You're an adult. I know you can. I believe in you. And it makes me so mad. She be like, "Oh guys, oopsie, I forgot that we have to be on a call at 8 p.m. EST to make sure I can buy my ticket. Can one of you guys buy it for me?" And I'm like, "Dog,
I'll send the monies."
I'm like, "Dog, if you don't buy your own ticket, I'm out here stressing, watching this line move to see if I'm going to get my ticket. And now I got to worry about your ass? Oh, my God."
I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm very sure I was at Disney when y'all.
You were. Like, I can guarantee you were. And I was like, why? We talked about this week. If tickets drop Friday, I know we had a conversation about it on Tuesday.
I'm pretty sure I was at Disney.
That's wicked. Yeah, buy your own fucking tickets.
Don't worry, guys. Next year, Diva going to be like, "Guys, I forgot to buy my ticket to DreamCon. That's my bad."
Don't worry. We'll send you videos and photos. Plenty of them.
No, I'm ready this year. I'm ready this year. And I only got to buy 1 ticket. Chris is not joining this year.
So, DR, how's your ticket buying experience been, man? Is it similar to ours?
I always get it. First drop every time, no problem.
Damn.
I just be a little anxious seeing that bar load. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, I be watching that bitch and they be like, "Yeah, you like 1,356 in line." I'm like, damn. I clicked it at 8 o'clock.
It's a black people con. That first drop probably the easiest one.
It is honestly. Because every black person want to wait until they see who going. Black people do that so much that they make me mad. Who all gonna fucking be there, bro? And I'm like, just get the damn ticket. I'll be so mad. Because I know a lot of people are waiting, and I know a lot of people who bought it on the last one. Yo, what's up, IB? And I know a lot of people who waited to like the last absolute minute, and I'm like, no, just go. People are gonna be there. People are gonna come. You're not gonna know all the popular people till the last day. Sorry. Just go to have fun at that point, bruh.
I want to say we called it here first. We said last year when they announced it was going to be in Houston.
The same day that they announced that it was going to be in Houston, I said Meg was going to be there. I was 100% right.
We said it.
Heed, can I get some claps, please, brother?
I mean, everyone said
Coach
it.
gone.
Like,
what?
No, we said it. We said it.
But I'm saying y'all weren't like.
We
wasn't rocket science. You know, like she just was at the Crunchyroll Awards like a couple months before. Like, you know, it makes sense.
We said
some people were like, she gonna be at the fashion show beforehand. I'm like, she gonna make it. She gonna catch the PJs right out there.
So, once we turn the live stream off and we're done with this, I want to tell y'all more about the behind the scenes situation with Meg and why like that's probably like not happening ever again.
Yeah. Fact.
Oh, I love that. No, I don't see, and that sucks because I feel like this would be like a great space for her,
right?
Because you know she my bestie, we talk, and I was like, yo, this is something you should do. Great space for you, and it's just not in the cards.
And people like her, why it's not gonna happen again? They talk like that to everyone, you know.
Damn, I got some terrible news in the IG chat. So our swim coach Kimmy, RIP, man. IB just texted me saying he
Oh,
passed.
That's why mommy need to talk to us. Damn.
Ooh. But RIP
She
Coach
called me.
Kimmy, man. That's like
RP.
that's a I don't know how to explain that one. That's a part of my
He
childhood.
got me. He got me into college. I swear to God, y'all. I like short story time. My senior year of high school running track injured both of my knees. I already signed my acceptance to Howard. Already like had the scholarship. Was terrified that I was going to lose it. And I injured my knees in April. In April. By the time I stepped foot on Howard's campus in August, I was 80%. I was at 80%. And I'm talking
Yeah.
injured my knees. I could not walk in April.
No,
Man.
he's definitely the coach that like, either you have movies about or I think he's in the Baltimore Hall of Fame actually. But
He is
he's
in the Maryland Hall of Fame.
yeah, he's done a lot for Maryland. He's done a lot for the city. Shout out to Coach Russell Williams, man. R.I.P. That
We
damn,
love
now
you,
I gotta
Kenny.
get that tattoo I was just talking about today. Fuck.
Oh, I have my BCSE tattoo.
Oh no,
I
I'm
had
getting
my
Make It
swim
Hurt
team
So
tatted on
Good.
me. Oh yeah, you gotta get that now.
That's
But
his
yeah,
quote.
he did that. Shout out to you, Kimmy.
Yeah.
RIP to the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. If you ever seen the movie Pride, he knew them
Yeah.
niggas.
Oh yeah, we met the coach of Pride a bunch of times. They was like they was niggas.
They was
They was
homies.
locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna call you about that. But yeah, definitely RIP. Gotta have a moment of silence for the GOAT.
have to
the
go
coach,
home.
man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna take off that day. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sad. All right, let's finish the pod. That being said, we had a lot of fun. Is there anything that if you could tell RDC, so this is my last one, anything that if you could tell RDC, yo, you need to do this, or to add this, or to change this, what would it be?
No, I'm gonna give them a congratulations on the food this year.
Ah,
Shout out
you
to the
beat me
food.
to it. I was gonna say that.
We've been saying for years they had the popcorn around, the popcorn hit. Shout out to
I
that.
never saw the popcorn.
You ain't get no popcorn?
I mean, somebody gave me a bag. I don't know where it came from. I just didn't question
The
it.
stands were like it was a stand in the dealer's room. There was a stand like upstairs. It was stands kind of like spread around. They had the Chick-fil-A. Y'all know I'm a sucker for the Chick-fil-A. I know I'm gay. Don't judge me. They had pizza. They had variety this year, and the drinks was flowing. So yes, I want to give kudos to RDC on
They had
hearing us about
brisket
this food.
Gyros and falafel. They had works.
Yeah, like the food. There were food options. There were snack options. So yes, shout
The
out.
price is right an option, but that's another conversation.
Nah, that's conventions. You just gotta take that out.
Facts.
I would say I would hope that they try to become man, so this is a tough one. So I would hope that they would try to become a little bit more brand friendly. And the reason I say that is because one thing that I've always kind of foreseen with DreamCon is that it has a really big cap on it. So long as it's kind of paraded as a ratchet black nigga convention.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the major things that drives appeal to other conventions, we're not going to get. We're never going to get like, oh, hey, we're finna bring the cast to the next Avengers film to announce the timeline of the next, and it's because of that. But that's going to be like a New York Comic Con, or there's not going to be a mini version of a direct that happens where because the Nintendo is one of the sponsors, so you would imagine that there's like a Nintendo based panel where they're talking about, hey, here's some upcoming titles, and those that are we have these things available for demo in the gaming hall, or I think stuff that would just take them to the next level. I think that they would have to become less of a brand risk first. So if that's the plan, that to take it to that level, then some of the ratchet fat's gonna have to get trimmed a little bit.
You telling me there's not gonna be as much ass? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Dubious.
I mean,
Man.
dubious.
Look,
Cover up.
if I can get
Sacrifice I'm
gaming
willing to make.
demos, if I can get gaming demos, premieres to new shows, sneak previews to the things, I'll cut all the fat, trim it.
Yo, because like real quick, so because I'm a huge Don fan. I don't know if y'all up on Don, but that's gat. So
Yes.
Don just dropped their the movie, which is the first 3 episodes of the new season. I went to see it last Thursday in theaters, but with the right kind of pull, they could have had that being broadcasted at DreamCon. You know what I mean? Like
Easily.
Not only that, 2 years ago at DreamCon, whenever everybody was dressed as Gear 5th Luffy, because the anime was about to debut that, and you also had Crunchyroll that was at the convention as a sponsor. Like, if it's I can see a world where, like, hey, look, we're if you're more brand safe, that Crunchyroll feels comfortable being like, hey, look, we want to debut or have a Gear 5 debut episode here, because literally the episode came out that Sunday. Like, that Sunday during the con, it dropped that morning. So at any point, that's even if it's that Sunday after it drops in Japan, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been an official, really dope thing. And I think that kind of takes them to the next level as far as what the con could be. But I just see why that stuff just doesn't happen.
I think that's a really good thing. I think that's really good. And honestly, you don't need to be super brand safe for that. You just need to push for it.
Right.
I think they have the pull to make it happen on a small scale. Like, I think they could have got Evil Eye in there. Like, oh, we're gonna show Evil Eye a certain showtime, but you got to pull for that. You feel me? You gotta reach for the stars and hope you get something out of it. Or have something for them out of it. Either way, but yeah.
I hope that they, and this isn't like, I hope they go back to pandering to the girlies a little bit more. Like, there were spaces and panels in previous years, just like even last year, that was for the girlies, and I want to make sure they keep that.
Yeah, they have that.
Keep that safe space for the girlies, so that we can keep coming with our asses out, because they gonna come.
So we
there was some rooms that was real cute. There was some pink rooms in there, like they was real cutesy, and it was all female panels.
I didn't see them. Only saw like a couple, and like I always try to go to female panels. That's like my thing.
I think my daughter went to like a makeup based panel. It was all about makeup.
I missed that one. Yeah, I missed that one. That one was there, but more stuff like that. Like last year, they had Harajuku Nails. Big panel. So just keeping that, I want them to keep that alive and push it even moving forward, because there are girl nerds out there and they deserve to be able to they should get as much stuff as you boys do.
Okay. I was going to say, I want to see more niche stuff, like the Beyblade stuff being announced at the last minute. That was kind of hard. I went past that room. It looked like they was having a lot of fun in there with the Beyblades and the TCG tables, all that. I was like, this is such a nice thing that so many people were probably like, I can bring my shit. I can just throw it in the bag and go. Like, seeing so many niche things like that just bring out the childhood aspect in some people. It was just so nice,
the spades room.
The card games, that was lit. So more of that, man. Just notify people a little sooner. I like it, but I don't like that it came out like 2-3 days before. Like, like
it was an afterthought.
Right. Yeah. I prefer it just be a before thought. You feel me? Yo, let's have a Thursday cookout.
If they bring that space tournament back, I need a partner, man, because that's. Yeah.
I got you, fam.
That's crazy.
Well, you don't have Chris. I was gonna say you don't have Chris, so I could play with you.
Oh, what to say?
Because you got Chris.
You just open your mouth for nothing, basically. You just open your mouth for no reason. That's
don't
what
worry,
you did, Greg.
But that's my thing. So
I got you. Hold on, wait. My sister's here. I don't got you. I lied to you. I'm sorry.
I'm lying to someone. We'll find out when we get there. But yeah, because I was thinking about it. Because I was like, because in my head I'm like, Chris going. She can play with Chris. That's my primary thought.
Chris can't play spades.
They ain't black, but that's cool.
Surprising.
Just said not surprising. What you got?
I don't know. Like I really couldn't think of something outside of what y'all said. Certain things start on time, getting events more organized sooner. I think that would be nice. If they need a better system with the badging pickup. I mean, I get it, but like that just took it out of me because it's
It was
like
awful.
once you have people wrapping around the building like that, and then you don't have enough, maybe more volunteers are needed because you didn't have a door covered. People start flooding in from the other side, and like they have a whole system upstairs of how they organize people to go get their badges, and it just throws it off because you have people flooding in from all different directions, and it's just like it was a lot. It was a lot. Being in that hour for line for like I think an hour and a half, like it took me out of me. I ain't recording nothing that day. I was over it. I was in that line just
He
dying.
literally sent a text said, "I will never pick up my badge on Friday again." I was like, "Damn, it's that bad?" And he was like,
No,
"I'm
it was
still in
that
line."
bad.
I'm like, "Oh fuck," because no, he was
If we
there
got there,
Thursday. He just didn't pick up his badge, and I don't know why you didn't
I,
go before he went to the
I
bar.
shit you not. I literally touched down at the B&B just to hit my phone. I went out and drunk immediately. Like I literally put my shit at the front door and went to wherever the happy hour was and chilled. And then that whole night ran away from me. Again, another 3 a.m.
It's so
But
funny because as he left, I called him and heard him starting up his car. I'm like, "Wait, are you leaving?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to a happy hour." I'm like, "We just got here."
that's not true. That's
You
not
know
true. I
what?
was gone already.
That
You
shit's
know what
funny.
I don't like? He made all the montages and he left out the picture of him sleep upside down in the recliner. And I don't like that.
Side down. Y'all ain't say that.
It's a picture. It's a picture. You
You didn't
upside
send me
down
that.
in that Oh, we did it? Send that to him. Show. I thought you had it because I was like, how dare he not put montage?
I was tired.
Y'all become a panelist next year. Y'all get that priority line, so y'all don't even have to wait at all.
Yeah.
Like I went in there, I got my badge. Mm, I don't even look
Family
comfortable.
Guy. You look like a Family Guy character,
Shoot, I
dog.
was probably good. I get comfortable with some crazy ass positions, but yes, that's another thing they need to do. They need to make it clear where certain badge pickups are because I was in line with my man's
Mm.
Brando, and he stood in that line with us, and I didn't know he was picking up a creator's badge. He got all the way to the front desk, and they was like, "You don't pick your badge up here." Then they sent him somewhere in the center, and they said, "You don't pick up your badge here. It's back at the other place." And it's just like,
He
eventually
should
he
have
got his badge.
he
Yeah.
should have got an email though, because that's the emails.
Oh,
Like y'all wouldn't
yeah,
get
yeah.
y'all were
Right, you're right.
general population, so y'all wouldn't get those emails. But he should have got an email letting him know where to go.
So that's on him. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, hopefully, they approve us again. Yeah, they did it once. They can do it again.
I
Right,
think it
definitely.
was just because I applied late. Like I applied and there was like a month left, but I had like what 2-3 months to do it, and it was just procrastination, and like I had all the information to submit, I just didn't do it. So like I'm gonna submit it early as fuck next time so that it'll be one of the ones they see first. Cause it
Yeah.
was a good
Yeah,
panel
I did
idea.
day of.
See, so it's like a good
I
panel
did day of.
idea. I'm gonna jump in there. I might, and if
Yeah.
I might submit for like maybe a live pod or something like that, or see what else we can do. Cause yeah, but we'll see.
I'm gonna submit my idea from this year. Maybe, but my new idea, I'm definitely submitting, and it's gonna be dope. Can't wait.
Panelist idea. Someone can take it. I don't care. The Gooner's Guide to Anime. Boom. Giving you all the anime. It's 18 plus. Don't bring your kids. That being said, but we're gonna end it here. It's been almost 2 hours, and I like to try and cut off at about the 2 hour mark. So I appreciate anybody that came to live, anybody that came to YouTube, anybody that came to TikTok. We got 500 likes on TikTok, so appreciate that from everybody. A couple concurrent people in and out, so I appreciate that from all y'all, man. Thanks for the love. I'm your host, Galaxy Greg. It's been another episode of Be More Nerdy Podcast. You can follow me at my socials at Mr. Space Await, Mr. Space Awaits, or Galaxy Greg _ for my content page. Be sure to follow the podcast at Be More Nerdy on all platforms, including TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, and I'm missing one. Instagram. There we go.
Facebook.
We don't have
Back
a
to
Facebook.
the ears.
Whatever.
Fuck them ears, nigga. You know what? I want the ears right after this. That being said, yeah, follow us on all those platforms and be sure to follow our content on TikTok and Instagram that we'll be posting all these next couple weeks covering our DreamCon experience. It's tons coming out. We want the support. We want the love. But before we go, Diva, give us the ears. My rating for them is going to be a 3 out of 5. I'm already predicting it.
All right, Greg's predicting a 3 out of 5. So we're still in Pixar. So I'm doing Pixar movies. And this week I did Turning Red. So if you ever seen the movie of Turning Red, the girl turns into a red panda. Her name's Mae Mae. This red panda. She has like a little fuzzy. It's a fuzzy bow, and they're super cute. Oh, and they say power. It says panda power on the side, which is something.
Expectation was a 3 out of 5. In reality, 1.5 out of 5.
I don't know if it's your brightness, but that bow just
That
looks
bow
like
don't look like a fucking bow at all.
it looks like a cotton
It
ball.
looks like a cotton ball on the
A
top.
big old fuzzy. It's a big old fuzzy like cotton ball.
Also, Mae Mae kind of was weird and pissed me off, but I enjoyed her at the same
You
time.
didn't like. I loved Mae Mae.
That
and,
kid
like,
was a straight up
and,
gooner.
She was okay.
Yo was
So
drawing and got
fuzzy
serious.
bow.
Then her mom came in. She tried to hide the picture of her drawing
Yeah,
herself
and, like,
kissing a
it's
boy.
the
I was like, oh, that's so
panda.
cute.
And this is they were $29.99. They still have the receipt tag on. I have to cut it. But
Shout out to
yeah.
Four Town. Hey, I don't like them.
This is the Four Townie. You don't like them? I like these ones.
What y'all give it?
These are so cute.
I give it a 2 Frafford.
Oh my god. Y'all
You
really
know
hate
what? I haven't seen the movie, so I'm gonna have to hold my opinion.
me.
The movie's why it got a 1.5. I like the movie.
I will never see the movie, but
You probably
I
never
mean,
seen them.
Maybe
It's
one day
about
when you
one-
have kids and they want to watch it.
yeah, I will take them to your kids and they'll watch it.
That's
Take 'em
cool.
to my- you guys suck.
You're just come on. Next week you better come with some heat. But Diva, do your close out.
All right. It's your girl Diva XOXO. You can follow me on Instagram at the Diva XOXO. It's where you'll find all of the content, my DreamCon content, all of my Disney and Universal stuff that I'll be posting over the year, I guess. I don't know. Comment below what you liked about DreamCon. We want to hear about you guys, what you liked, yeah, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Keep
HD.
Yeah, I mean, it's HD. Y'all can find me at I'm HDTV. That's pretty much it. But y'all make sure y'all tap in with DR Marshall. Check out that Infinity Star. It's a good read. It's a good read, man.
I got you.
There go the plug. There go the plug. So, assuming that is my turn.
Yes, sir. DR,
Yeah.
close us out, man.
Y'all can go ahead and follow me on IG, Infinity Star Manga, all one word. Chapter 3, the remastered Chapter 3, should be dropping sometime next week. Also, keep a lookout, but don't hold your breath for the Infinity Star TCG. I'm still trying to put everything together.
Got mine right
But
over
like
there.
I said, don't hold your breath because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I'm just figuring it out as I go.
Valid.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. It's
Appreciate
always a pleasure
your time.
having the homies on. That being said, we are the Be More Nerdy Podcast. Remember to follow us, like, share, comment, and be more nerds. Peace.
Yeah, cheers.